angle of this. Yeah, that should be. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. Cause your boy ain't feeling too good right now. I gotta battle in this cold, but come on here and kick the story to y'all. You know, ain't a news story. I've spoke on this story before. When I did that interview on Sav's channel, you know, I had brought it up, but I ain't never really went into full detail on the matters. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that led up to it, and you know what I'm saying, the aftermath and all that. So yeah, just bear with me, and I'm gonna be periodically going in and out because I'm cooking at the same time, so I don't want to make sure I burn my food. so we're gonna go back. What was this? 1996. Ironically, 1996. Now, it's kind of funny because I had never up to that point fought another Crip. I've got into conflicts, arguments, stuff like that, but never coming, you know, full blows. So it was the spring of 1996. My mom used to run a foster care, and it was this one girl that was living with us that I had known already. I met her, okay, so let me give you the backstory. I met her through my homeboy, the one that y'all always hear me mention, RIP to the CIP, to my homeboy Robbie. So I met her through him. Now, come to find out, she's a sister of somebody that I went to elementary school with, right? Okay. So we had already knew each other. We met each other and everything. So when she had came to my house, you know, as a foster kid, I didn't know she was in the system or anything, you know, because a lot of that stuff, you know, they don't tell you until you see it for yourself or they disclose that information to you. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know, and then everything was good. She had her dude, my homeboy had his girl, you know what I'm saying, who's also staying with us, you know what I'm saying, and then of course I was rocking out with mine, right? But at this time, my girl wasn't there. I don't remember if the other girl was there or not. I don't think she was. I think she was like on a weekend visit or something. I don't know. So y'all remember the Tyson fight? Or it was the fight. It was the fight when he won one of the world heavyweight titles back, and so we were gonna, you know what I'm saying. Well, after the fight was announced, you know, it was no question. I ordered the pay-per-view, right? I think we all kind of chipped in. I'm the one that made the call, but we all kind of chipped in and got the fight. So, you know, all the homeboys coming over. She asked if her man could come on through or whatever. So, you know, the homies and everybody, you know, her man, and then he brought his two cousins. So it was gonna be a whole thing, right? So 2 weeks prior to the fight, me and her had got into an argument. Don't remember what it was about. Probably something real petty. We was teenagers at the time. And then she had said something about she was gonna tell her boyfriend or something along the lines of that. You know, me being me, you can tell whoever the fuck you want to tell. Because anybody who crossed that line trying to come see me about something, they're gonna have to, not too many people survive trying to run up on me, trying to handle they business. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, matter of fact, hold on, y'all. All right, my bad, y'all. That's why I want to do a live on this. Who we got in here? Oh, Plug. What's going on? What's going on? Um, so, so like I said, we had got into it, and she said she was gonna get her dude or whatever. So 2 weeks had passed. Not even a trip. I'm going on about my business, right? Because like I said, especially at that time, you run up on me, you gonna have some problems, right? So, and of course, I at the time, let's see, that was '96. So I had just turned 17, like a month prior, or like a couple months prior. So I'm 17 years old, and I'm 17 in an adult body. Like y'all see me now, skinny and everything. Back then, nah, I was a grown, full-fledged man. You feel me? So, um, so I ain't worried about, what I'm saying? I'm finding grown ass men. I'm going head up with grown ass men. So I'm not even worried about none of that, right? So we get to the fight, right? The Tyson fight. And and so everybody, you know what I'm saying, like whoever wanted to watch like the prelims, watch the prelims, and then everybody else, we kind of just you know, doing us. So all throughout the whole time, like when her dude and his two cousins pulled up, matter of fact, I think either they pulled up, somebody brought them, and because I know my brother ultimately ended up taking them home. But so all throughout the night, I'm having different people like, hey, book, woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? And the dude's name is Terrence. I want to say the dude's name is Terrence, if I remember correctly. But they like, but no, what was they saying it was him? No, they were saying it was all three of them. That's what it was. All three of them. Oh, they said that they're going to get you after the fight, and you know what I'm saying? They want to see you about this because of what happened between, you and Terrence's girl, who her name is Brenda, right? Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? I'm giving names, so motherfuckers ain't like, oh, well, he's just making this story up, right? So, sad. What's good, Lo? So, so all this is going through, so I'm like, not even worrying about it, but I'm getting kind of irritated, right? Because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they ain't got balls enough to come up here and say something? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we gonna ride through this, we're gonna watch the fight, and then we gonna, see what happens after that. So, fight starts. Y'all already know Tyson fight, it ain't gonna last long. I think that one was like first round TKO or some shit, right? So everybody's pumped and Tyson woo woo. And so me and my homeboys, my clique, we go outside because we're trying to figure out what we about to do for the rest of the night. It's Saturday, so we trying to go do something. So so one of the homies came outside. So like cause because we had an Astro van. I know y'all probably remember the old school Astro vans. So that was already in the driveway, and then there was a couple cars parked in front of the house. We was in the street. We was kind of like in the cul-de-sac. So my brother was getting ready to take them home, and so when one of the homies had came out, he was like, "Bud," repeated the same thing I've been hearing the whole night. So simultaneously, when the three fools come out the house, that's when I say, "Fuck that. I'll fuck out." Well, how did I say it? I said, "Nah, fuck that. I'm tired of hearing this shit. If they want to come see me about something, let's go." You know what I'm saying? What's happening? You know, I'm ready. I don't think I quite said like I'm kind of paraphrasing, but y'all get what I'm getting at. So right when they're going into the van, I say this. They stop, turn around, look back, and they ready to get down. And I'm like, okay, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go, you know? And my homeboys is like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? They, like we ready for the action. But my brother and some of the older fools was like, nah, not in front of the house, right? So, I don't know who mentioned it, but it's a park close by. So we was in the Central. When all this is going on, we in the Central. Now, the East Side is just literally like a freeway over. So like, I won't say like a freeway over. So like, let's say, okay, my house is right here, right? You go out, and then you got the cross street. That's Heath. Heath is one street down. Now, if you go out and you make a left, that's going to take you to the freeway, which is called Air Base Parkway. But now, if you don't do that, so like you turn left, you go up, and then you turn another left, and then you get on Air Base, or you could turn right and you go on Air Base, right? So Air Base kind of runs through the town, and you could take the off ramps to jump on the freeway. So, or if you just want to cross through, you know, you pass through the light. As soon as you pass through that light, you're on the east side. So there was a park right next to the elementary school that I used to go to. Somebody had suggested, let's go over there. So we go over there. But before we do that, right, my homeboy JT, we jump in his bird, right? We squat to the liquor store. We go get some brews. I'm like, cuz, hand me the murder ones. He was like, I ain't got them. I was like, ah. So I got a deuce. We strike to the park. I'm down in the deuce like this in the bird. I'm like, I'm down in this shit, right? So we get to the park, and we get out. There's already a big ass circle. Now this is a nice sized park, and in the spot where we was at, it kind of had like a I guess you want to say like a dent. So when you go in, you can't really see anything unless you go like directly to the park. Because once you get in the park in that particular area, you can't see nothing because it really ain't no lights over there. So, but it was just enough light for us to get down on, right? So we get there. There's already a circle. So I walk up. I step right in the middle of the circle, and I'm pointing to them. I'm like, whoever which one of y'all was running y'all mouth, step up right now. Step up right now. Right? Quick break, y'all. Hold on. right, yeah. So, so when I go say that, I'm waiting. Now, Brenda's boyfriend is the one that stepped up. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, he's the one that's been running his mouth. Because that's kind of like the one that I was hearing throughout the night was saying something. So he steps up. Now, we going back and forth verbally. And I don't know if I was waiting for him to swing or if I think, matter of fact, now that I look back at it, I think I was waiting for him to swing because I wasn't necessarily, now I was a swing person, but being that I was so good with the hands, I usually would wait for somebody to, you know what I'm saying, make that ah. And then once they make that ah, that's when I'm coming, oof, woo. You know what I'm saying? So we're going back and forth verbally. My OG Pee Wee, oh wait, hold on. I'm skipping over a part. My bad, y'all. I'm skipping over a big part of it. So, Homeboy and his cousins are from a set in Vacaville called Southwood. Now, I don't know if they still banging it or not today, but back then, Southwood Crip was very respectable. You know what I'm saying? We got homeboys from there, right? So, so like when I first found out about that, I was kind of like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? We got some more loves up in the building. You know what I'm saying? We about to have a good time until all the bullshit started happening, right? Okay, so we get to the park. And my OG, like, Bud, stop all that talking and swing on him. Man. Once he said that, it was all gas, no brakes. So I took off first. Boom! He swing back. And then we're kind of going back and forth for a few seconds. And then for some reason, he decided that he wanted to try to hug me. You know how guys always be trying to, you know what I'm saying, hug each other and shit. I'm like, why the fuck is this nigga up here doing this dumb shit? Like, you really, first of all, I'm bigger than you. But you're trying to wrestle me like you could take me down. Okay, cool. So, simple technique. He came up, he came up like this. He was trying to get me up, right? So I took my arms and wrapped them around him, took my left leg, wrapped it around his right leg, and then kind of tripped his foot, and then made him go back. Boom! We go to the ground, right? I get up. Boom. Square back up. Homeboy rushed me. That was the end of the fight. So, I'm about to take y'all through a cinematic view of what it's like in real time when you see shit on TV moving slow motion. I'm about to take y'all through a journey where that shit happened in real time, in real life. Never forget it. So he rushed me, right? Bow! Catch, cuz. I'm thinking he's finna go back. He don't go back. When I caught him, like a statue. And all you seen was this. Bow! Full body, face planted right smack dab in the dirt. Right? So, I see that. I step back. And he kind of lifted up his head a little bit. And I ran up and I punted him right in the head. Boom, whole head went back. You know what I'm saying? my OG Pee Wee come and wrap me up like, nah, cuz, nah, don't kill him. Don't kill him. I'm like, get off of me now. I'm about to fuck this nigga up. I'm about to kill this nigga right now, man. Fuck this nigga. Fuck us, man. I'm about to fuck this nigga. I'm going off, right? I'm probably spitting there, but I know I'm ranting and raving. I want to kill cuz. Like, on everything. You know what I'm saying? And he tell me, no, right? So then his two cousins, now keep in mind, one of his cousins was the same height, same build as me, right? So they go over to him, trying to get him up and everything, and they're running their mouth at this point. So I'm like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who said what, but they was like, nah, y'all better just get your asses in the van so I can take y'all ass home. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think one of them was trying to actually jump in, and one of the homies was like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. It's all of us and 3 of you. I think it was probably like 15 of us and 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? From the OGs down to us. And so they get his ass up. They get in the van. My brother takes him home. We go on about our business. We go, we went up to the school and we went to go smoke, shit, drank a little bit, and talk about what the shit that just happened, right? And so they're telling me everything that was going on, and like I said, they was trying to jump in, and one of the homies was like, nah, don't do that. But as it turns out, it was a few of them. And as a matter of fact, one of the homies was like, I was ready to pull the thing out. You know what I'm saying? If one of them had jumped in, you know, we gonna take it there because that's what we was about. We didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you disrespecting us, we don't give a fuck what the disrespect is. You disrespect us, y'all gonna have a serious ICU hospital bill on your hand on Crip. You know what I'm saying? So we get home, or I get home, and I kind of fucked up my forearm here, right? The shit was hella sore and shit. I was like, shit. So I went and wrapped that shit up one time. I go to bed. I wake up the next day to find out that these cats, as a matter of fact, no, when I got home that night, that's what it was. When I got home that night, moms tell me that these fools been calling the house, threatening me, threatening moms, talking about they gonna come back up out here and have their business. I told moms, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know moms is hella worried and shit and everything. Like, oh my God. You know, but I told her, don't even worry about it. So through politics, them motherfuckers got shut down. Because remember when I said we got homeboys from the same set that they represent, and they was there at the fight. So that just goes to tell you, you know, even if you from the same set, if you go out the way to disrespect somebody else, especially at their own home, then homeboy, you got to handle that shit. You got to deal with that shit. And if it's you know what I'm saying? Because it's been long-standing friendships before I or any one of my homeboys, you know what I'm saying, came up. But we was all little niggas in the same area, right? So everything's all connected. So they found out real fast, like, you did too much. You did too much. You know what I'm saying? So they got what they deserve. But now this is the interesting thing. This is actually the funny thing. So the next day when I get up, it's brought to my attention that it wasn't Brenda's boyfriend that was running his mouth. It was his cousin, the same one who I said was the same built as me, same height and everything, was the one that ran his mouth, and his cousin took the back fade for him. So I said, wait, hold on. So it wasn't him, it was actually the big one. Because I really wanted the big one. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fight no small motherfucker. I want the big one, right? So once I found that out, that's when I was like, you know what? Even though I don't like Cuz and Cuz disrespecting me, the fact that he took that back fade, I give him that. I give him that. I give him that. His cousin's a coward. His cousin better not ever show his face. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, you remember what I just said about homeboys from they set? When they found out that he backed down out the fight and his cousin had to take the back fade, somebody called a DP. Somebody called a DP. As a matter of fact, I think they kicked him off the set too. If I remember correctly, I think they kicked him off the set. So, and it wasn't just because of that, because it was some other shit that I found out about that was going on, and so after that happened, I don't see these niggas ever again in life. Ever again. Brenda ended up shortly moving out after that because she was embarrassed. She couldn't look at me or nothing. You sat there and tried to send your boyfriend and his peoples at me. Now look. Now look. Now you should have known something. You should have known something. You was kicking it with the homie. You was kicking it with the homie. You was letting the homie hit and everything. So you should have known better. But, you know, sometimes the hard heads got to learn the hard way. And when it came to myself and many other of my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to D-Boy. Shout out to Byron. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie Larry. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Peanut. You know? Shout out to the homeboy, white boy John. You know what I'm saying? He not part of the set, but he from the hood, though. You know what I'm saying? He from the hood, though. And don't let the white boy fool you. That's one crazy-ass white boy right there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's the story of when I fought my first Crip. And to be honest with y'all, I felt bad about it. Because I'm like, this is not what we're supposed to be doing. We ain't supposed to be doing this to each other. I don't give a fuck where you from. We ain't supposed to be doing this shit to each other. When we see each other, we supposed to acknowledge, embrace, you know what I'm saying? And let's go from there. You know? But I understand. Yup. But if you're going to take the back fade, then win, lose, or draw, you actually gain a lot more respect when you do that. You know? Because you didn't back down. And see, the thing about it was, his homeboy did, his cousin never said nothing. Never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? He just stepped up. Okay. You know? Echo, what's good? What's good, little Robbie? Rico. And Jesse, what's going on with you? What's going on, cuz? Oh, nah. Oh, nah. 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 You know. But that was the first one, though, you know. Because I was just like, I didn't feel right about that shit, you know. I just, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, this is not what we're supposed to be doing to each other. And the fact that he could have came and hollered at me. You feel me? He could have came and hollered at me. You know? Like I got a quick another little story. You know what I'm saying? And it was another homeboy from the East Side set. Oh shit. Right? Shout out to Starling. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a big shout out to the low. You know what I'm saying? Hey, see, this is a funny thing when you're from the same thing, but you didn't grow up together. And then you just kind of, you know, things happen, right? So I get into it with one of his cousins. She called my mama out her name. I don't give a fuck who you is. That's not about to happen. I'm not about to let that shit go. I don't give a fuck who you is. Man, woman, dog, cat. I don't give a fuck. Not happening. So all the whole time, now keep in mind, Starling had transferred over to the school that I just pretty much got kicked out of, right? So people instigating the whole shit because I had a rep, he had a rep. So you know when you got two bulls, people want to see how that's gonna go. But this is why I say, not even I say, this is why we say in the Bay Area, game, recognize game, because at the end of the day, it's about us, right? And what I mean by that is, so we kept missing each other after school, because I still go up to school, go kick and everything. Oh, hold that dog real quick, y'all. Okay. So, like I was saying, I used to go to school every day, you know, and go kick it. So, I was always expecting to run into him after that shit happened. You know, guards up and everything. So when we finally, well, actually, somebody had told me that he was over there, and somebody had told him I was over there. So we took a walk. So everybody that's at that school, because it didn't look like school was still in session as many people was at the school after school. Everybody like, oh shit, it's about to go down, right? So we sitting there talking. He was like, oh, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard you wanted to fight me. I told him, shit, I heard the same thing. No, as a matter of fact, hold on. I ain't gonna do cuz like that. I ain't gonna do cuz like that. We gonna keep it all the way CRIP. First thing that come out of cuz's mouth is this. I don't care what happened between you and my cousin. Cause she was out of line for that shit. And I would have did the same shit myself. I ain't even mad at you over there. What I'm pissed off at you about is I keep hearing you want to fight me. I tell cuz this. That's the same thing that I'm hearing. people come to tell me that you want to fight me. And then so once we both realized what the fuck was going on, we was like, man, you know what I'm saying? And then we got to talking and realizing that we both from the same set. Cause once I start giving names, he starts giving names. We're like, cause we family. We family. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? This shit made y'all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, cuz they're fucking with my cousin there, like, you know. So, shout out to Sterling. You know what I'm saying? Give a shout out to cuz, you know. But it was just, that shit was just hella funny because the whole time I'm thinking like, I'm about to get into a fight. Cause cuz ain't small, right? So I'm like, okay, we about to go at it. But I'm not even giving a fuck about his rep though.
Hey Jason, you have a package at the door.
Oh, okay. As well as I'm pretty sure he's not worried about mine. So I was kind of looking forward to it. But then once we, you know what I'm saying, got together and broke bread, I mean, once he said that line at the beginning of the conversation, I was like, oh, well, shit. Because that's the only thing that was in my mind. It was like, you do that to my cousin, oh, nah, nigga, we get down. But because he even told me he got on her head about doing that shit. You know? Hey, baby.
Hey, keep going.
Oh. So, yeah, but you got to go. You gonna come out? So, so like I was saying, yeah. So once that was established, you know, about his cousin and how he had got on her head about that shit, I was like, well, shit. It was really nothing for us to fight about. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the only thing, fuck it. You know? So, yeah. So, before I jump off of this, I wanna get my thoughts real quick. So apparently, the video of ODM getting DP is like 2 years old. 2, 3 years, 4 years old. Like 3 years, like 2 or 3 years or some shit, right? So I heard what he said, and I listened to a couple other people. But this is what is very interesting. I don't know if y'all seen it, but he was live with the dude that was involved in the fight that he was talking about that was getting stabbed in the head. Cuz was like, you was capping on that part. You was telling the story and you was capping, as they say these days. And they was going back and forth. They was going back and forth. So, how ODM said it, how he ended up, you know, dealing with that situation, I could see how that happened. I could see how that happened. Because I didn't have all the details, but just on first hand when I heard it, it sounded hella weird. But then when he said it, I was like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. I can see that. I can see that happening. You know. But the bigger story is ODM Slim is not the leader like he's out here portraying himself to be. And cuz that he was on the live with, on the IG live with, it kind of proved that. And then even when he said that he was talking to an OG, and how he was like, well, you're a leader of this shit, you know what I'm saying? You're like the face, and you were supposed to woo woo woo. Well, if he was a leader, he would have knew that already. Like, you was literally the face of the 50s, outside of C-Mac. You know, between the both of y'all's like the figureheads of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just a little bit more grounded than C-Mac is. You know, but nonetheless, when something like that happens and you're perceived to, and if you're in a position to where you're pretty much like the figurehead of your set, and a conflict goes down between your set and another set, right? And in this case, they both neighborhoods. You were supposed to be there to not allow the other shit that occurred afterwards to take place. Cowboy Yoda, what up? Well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But yeah, if you a perceived leader and you're out here like that, you can't, you gotta cover that shit. You gotta cover that shit. Because what happened afterwards should have never even happened. So, I guess him and Cuz supposed to get down at the end of the month. So, and I guess Cuz want to get down with the other individuals that was involved, saying this, that, or whatever. Don't know. We just gonna have to wait and see. But I'm gonna have to jump up off of here, y'all. Gotta go in here and finish cooking dinner. But I want to come and give that story to y'all, because I know I told that story before, but I never went into like full detail about it. So I wanted to do that. So I got another story. I got a few more stories I'm gonna come up on here and tell y'all in the near future. Like the time I fought this white boy. Like I've said before, certain individuals is what they made guns for. And I'm gonna explain why when I tell that story. And there's another one, which was it? Damn, so many of them. I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm gonna have to think about it. You know, because that's what I was making another channel for, a third channel for, to basically use that as, you know, the platform to tell my stories, you know, just so y'all can get a better idea of who I am and how my mentality looks. Okay. All right, y'all. I gotta get up out of here. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. All right, Jesse. I'm gonna hit you, cuz. All right, y'all. Peace.